Hi guys. So remember we just opened the NYX Home Alone Advent Calendar. If you haven't seen that video, right there. And we got this palette, and so I'm getting ready. I thought, let's do it together. Let's see what it looks like on. Okay. I'm just using my laptop, so not the greatest camera in the world, and also if I go back, the sun from the sunlight is coming in, so I'm just gonna come nice and close. Okay, so here we go. Let's get I just had a brush. What did I do with it? Story of my life. Always losing things. Trying to get comfy, cozy. All right, here we go. So if you don't remember, this is what it looks like. I'm definitely going to use this as the base. Then I'm going to use this one for the crease, this for the outer, I think. And then I'm going to definitely maybe use both these shimmers. I don't know. I might use all of it. Who knows? All right, so let's start with the base. I'm going to use this mirror because I don't know where the heck my makeup mirrors are. Why do things disappear on me? I don't know. Just hope I don't get confused and then use this palette. So how are you guys doing today? I'm doing okay. Really tired. You guys, the struggle is real. Okay, so now we're going to do the crease. These colors don't have names. It's just a little mini palette. The palette is called Warm Neutrals by NYX. Ultimate Edit is the name of the palette. All right, so let's do the crease. As usual, I always go above the actual crease because I have hooded eyes. If you don't, you can actually do it in the crease. And that way it gives me a more open eye. Again, I'm not a makeup artist, obviously. But this is what I've learned from watching makeup artists, I guess. You know what is weird? Like, if you ever got your makeup done, I think the only time I've ever had my makeup actually done was for my wedding. And it looked fantastic. She did an amazing job. But then you're like, oh, she's doing something different than everything I learned. And you're like, wait a minute, this questions everything I've ever believed in, you know? And I think she's the one that I actually got the above the crease thing from originally. And I was like, what? I didn't know. I didn't realize that it was different for people with hooded eyes. I don't know. We didn't have internet really. I mean, we did, but not like today. We didn't have all the social media back in those days. We had horse and carriages. Just kidding. Obviously. All right. I'm going to do the outer. Let me get a different brush. So I'm going to just do like a little thing here and kind of blend in to the eye all the way up to the above the crease, just to give that little. And the other side just kind of gives it a little, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say dimension, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word. Depth, maybe. Yeah, this was not the best brush for this. And then I'm going to do a little bit of blending. Oh, we'll use this brush. I like to hold the brushes on, I mean, I don't like it. It doesn't feel right, but I know that it's gentler on the eye skin if you hold it because you can't put as much pressure. So I will say, okay, so my review of this eyeshadow is so far. The pigment isn't as bad as I thought because when I first swatched it, it felt like the pigment wasn't really that great, but the pigment is fine. But it's not the most blendable, you know, like a really good eyeshadow blends beautifully, and this isn't the worst by any means that I've ever tried, but it's not the best either. So I love NYX lip products, so I'm glad I got quite a bit, a little too many, but at least I know I really like their lip products. But I'm not, after I've never tried the NYX eyeshadow. After trying this, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it. But I mean, it's totally doable. I do like that it's small because, you know, it's a nice little travel one. And it's, again, it's not horrible. It's just, I've tried better from some like indie brands that aren't even that expensive, you know. Like this one. This one blends a lot better. Lash Step. And I think this is like an indie brand. This one's called Matte About You. Cute. All right, so now, should I do the shimmers now, or should I put, I'm kind of thinking I might want to add some of that brown too. Why the heck not, right? All right, let's add some of this brown. I'm not sure if this will be too dark. Makeup artists always say don't blow on it because it like puts bacteria on the brush, but I mean, it's my bacteria, so, and I'm the only one using them. I don't know. Never had a problem, so obviously if you were going to be using those brushes on other people, you wouldn't want to do that. Okay. But you see how it, you know, and this might work better on younger skin, obviously. I might end up giving this palette to my daughter because, you know, it's harder to blend on mature skin. We don't have the same tautness. There's too many little crevices it can get stuck in and all that. When you're young, you know, you can get away with all that stuff a lot easier. So probably give this to my daughter. She doesn't wear as much makeup now. When she's in college, she just, you know how they are. Just roll out of bed and go to class. Um, but what was I saying? But you know, she still likes makeup. Okay, so that is good. And it's not like I can give the palette to someone else after I've already tried it, you know. But my daughter, I mean, some people would go, ew. But, I mean, she's my daughter. It's fine. I don't have any eye infections. It's fine, okay? It's fine. All right. Now the shimmers. That's the fun part. I always use my fingers for shimmers because they just go on better. I'm going to use both. Because why not? We already used the rest of the palette. Why can't I get you to see this? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I'm going to use both the shimmers right here. So let's start with the darker one. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to put that on the outer part of the lid. All right, I'm going to blend a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the pink one in the middle. Blend a little. Okay. My eyes always look uneven, so I'm not even gonna obsess about it. Because I have one eye that's droopier than the other. I don't know. I'm very asymmetrical that way. I've always been that way. I always had like a little, on this side, little droopy eye. But when I was younger, you just really couldn't see it that much, except in photos. Sometimes if I was smiling the right way or whatever, you could see it slightly. But as I get older, it becomes more and more pronounced. And, you know, it is what it is. It's part of me. And therefore, I embrace it. Okay. I like it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. It's not going to be one of my favorites, but it is nice. It's pretty once you get it on. I definitely could use more up here. What I'm going to do is take my finishing powder. Oh, no, I'm sorry. My setting powder. Apparently there is a difference. I'm using the NARS setting powder. And I'm just kind of, wait a minute. Wait, hold the phone. All right. I'm going to actually use the white in this palette for a brow bone highlight, because it works really good that way. And thank you to the viewer who mentioned that. So when I reviewed this palette, this one, I was like, why is there white in this palette? Like, who uses white? Like, I'm thinking it's for the lid, you know, like the base. And it could be used as that, I'm sure. But one of my subscribers pointed out that's for your, above your lid, like for the brow bone, you know, to kind of give you that little highlight at the top. And I was like, duh, of course. Like, why didn't I think of that? Like, it was one of those moments where you're like, God, she must think I'm dumb, man. But whatever, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, because it has changed how I use this palette, and I really like it. It really looks nice. See, it just brightens everything up. Now I'm going to do the setting powder, and I just like to do that. Kind of softens the edges a little bit. All right, I think it looks good. Maybe a little on here. Okay, and then we'll fix that later. Now we're gonna do some eyeliner. I'm gonna use a brown today. Just, I don't know, I feel like it. I think that'll be nice. I'm gonna use the Laura Geller. I'm trying to enunciate better. Okay. Why is life so exhausting? So stupid. Oh my God. I don't know. Everything feels exhausting sometimes, and it's so stupid because it's like it's not, but it feels like that some days. Look, I am definitely not neurotypical. I've never been diagnosed, but you know, at this point in life, why bother? But I have talked to my psychiatrist about it, and she's like, you know, makes sense. Like, I have neurodiverse people in my family. Both my kids have ADD, and my mom always thought she had ADD. So I definitely think I'm in there somewhere. Maybe I'm even on the spectrum. I don't know. I just know that as I read more about ADD and things like that, it's like, whoa, okay, yeah, that's me. That's me. That's totally part of why I am the way I am, and good, bad, and ugly, you know. But as I get older, it becomes more challenging for me, I feel like. You'd think it would be the opposite, but no. It's actually interesting that a lot of women are actually diagnosed with ADD when they hit menopause. And it's not that they never had it before, it just presents differently, and suddenly it's like so much worse. So yeah. All right, we do a little wing going up just to kind of give the eye a little lift. Can you see the difference? I mean, it's hard because both my eyes aren't exactly the same, but now let's try it on this side. So I'm just putting it in, I'm not putting it in the waterline really. I'm putting it into the lash line. Let's see. I think it lifts. I think it works. You know, again, this eye is different, but gives it a little, Okay, that's that. Now we're gonna do mascara. My heating one is being charged, so can't use that today. I will say I do love that little heated eyelash curler, but you know, I did get it from Temu, and so the charge does run out fairly quick, I will say. That is something I have found with a lot of Temu products that are, you know, rechargeable. They're awesome in their own regard, but they do lose their charge faster than if I didn't get it on Temu, in my opinion, from what I've noticed. Okay, I'm gonna go with another Laura Geller mascara. I think this is just black, just black. This is probably one of the more natural ones I have, but I do really like this mascara. I like to shake it at the base to kind of get, oh, I got a little on my eyelid. Okay, one thing I learned from Glam Girl Gabby is don't touch it. If you get mascara on your lid, when you're, you know, of course you want to go, oh, and then, or take a makeup wipe, which makes a mess of your eyeshadow. She's like, leave it alone, let it dry, and then it'll just flick off. And it's really hard to do when you're like me. But she's right. It does work that way. So don't touch it. All right. And now we will comb through in case any clumpies. This might be the best thing I've ever bought on Temu in my life. I've never had an eyelash comb that was shaped like this, and it is a game changer. It's awesome. And I think it was like 75 cents, you know. I think it looks nice. It took a little more blending, I would say, maybe, but not too bad. What do you guys think? I guess now I'll do the rest of my makeup. You want to stay? Oh, okay. Let's have some water. All right, now we're going to do the under eyes. Let's see. I don't have my stuff out, so excuse me. I'm going to be rummaging. I have so much in my case. I mean, guys, I'm going to have to do a video about that, cleaning out my case. Yeah, I'm sure there's worse. I've seen some beauty influencers like they got walls of cases, you know, and I'm certainly no beauty influencer. But, you know, if you love makeup, yeah, you tend to collect makeup. And you got a YouTube channel where sometimes you try to like justify it because, you know, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Okay. I'll use Vaseline instead. It's pretty much the same thing. And just kind of put a tiny bit on there. And I mean, this is good for your under eye as well, so it's nice. But it also helps the under eye makeup go on better. and kind of, I guess, plumps underneath the eye a little bit, I guess is the idea. Anyway, it's probably one of the best things I've learned this year about makeup, so yay. And Vaseline is so inexpensive, so. Green color corrector for red splotches, which I got plenty of. If you ever notice, my sister's skin is beautiful. She has beautiful skin because she don't like the sun. She don't go out in there. She was never like an outdoorsy girl. And I love being outside, always have. Always wanted to be tan, which was never going to happen. Only happened once where I got like a really nice tan. And it was because I was going to the tanning booth. I was in high school. And we were going to go, my family and I were going on a cruise to the Bahamas. And I was like, everyone's like, oh, get the base tan, you know, from the, what do you call it? Tanning booth. So I was going for like a month. And everyone's like, where's the tan? You've been going to the tanning booth for a month. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. I mean, it was like barely anything, if anything. And it's just how my skin is. I don't know. So I liked going though because it gave me that hit of dopamine or serotonin or whatever, the light. Now I realize it's like the same idea as this, but it's like right in front of your face. I would come out feeling so good. So good. Yeah. So I kept doing it and I figured, after the cruise I'll stop. And then we went to the Bahamas and the sun of the Bahamas, I don't know what happened. I got an actual tan. I looked the best I've ever looked. It just happened. I don't know. The real sun of the Bahamas in, you know, with the tanning booth that I thought was doing nothing, but apparently it did give me that underlayer. So it was true. But, you know, at what expense? Now, you know, I'm realizing how much damage I've done to my skin over the years trying to capture the elusive tan. But yeah, of course, I came back from my trip. Everyone's like, you look fabulous. You look so great, you know, and that just furthered my need to want to get tan. All right, so now, oh, wait a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself, you guys. I'm going to use my corrector. It's like a peach kind of color for this right here. And a little up here. It's basically supposed to help with dark circles. I don't really think I have too much of that, but it does get a little dark in that crease there. So, and since I already have it, you know, it's a little sample from Tarte, and I really do like it. I probably will get another one, a full-size one, but they're not cheap, you guys. It's kind of ridiculous, like $30 for color corrector. So I'm looking for a new love. All right, then we use the setting spray. And I don't know why this makes a difference, but it does seem to when you set in between. And then I use the fan to kind of speed up the process. Next, we use the brightener, and I'm using the Catrice, which is honestly the best brightener I have ever tried. That doesn't cost like $80, which is ridiculous. This one I think costs like under $10. So anyway, and I think it really is a go-to for a lot of people. And I just put it in the corner there and just kind of tap it out, blend it a little bit. Oops, I got a little up here. Oh, by the way, where was that mascara? We can flick that off right now. It was right here, see it? You just kind of take your nail or whatever. Comes right off. Thanks, Glam Girl Gabby. I love her. All right. So that just kind of takes the light, brings it up here, and kind of offsets the shadow that the hollowness of, you know, the under eye when you get a little bit older. So it kind of just takes the emphasis off that and brings it up there. And then we set. That was my cat doing something. Probably trying to get a bug or something. I noticed there was a moth in the sunroom, and he loves to get those guys. And then the last part is the concealer. I'm using the Tarte Double Duty Beauty. This, I feel like this kind of regular concealer is cheaper than the color correctors, which makes no sense to me. And again, I'm just going to go in this area right here. But then I'm also going to do this to help lift the eyes and also cut where, if any, you know, eyeshadow went too low. I might have went a little heavy here because this goes a long way with this stuff. Yeah. What I do is, like, from what I've read, you kind of want to be able to still see the lines slightly here because then it kind of just lifts up. But obviously you don't want to see a line, but I think the idea is when you put the foundation on, it kind of blurs that out. But yeah, you're still getting that lift there. You see the difference? I'm going to try to put a split screen so you can see before and after the makeup and the, you know, the eye lifting, all that stuff, so we can really see, is it just my imagination or is it really working? I'll be very sad if it's just my imagination. But good to know, right? So anyway, I think that works. Back to the setting spray. I know it is tedious, but it somehow makes a difference, in my opinion. Okay, what did I do with my fan? I'm going to use a little of the concealer on my spots. Sometimes I do it after, wait a minute, yeah. Sometimes I do it after the foundation, but sometimes I like to do it before. I will say, I do think the vitamin C is really working. I like to go around my lips because I have a lot of freckles there. Always here because it's always red. Now we'll do the foundation. I am using this. I am almost done. I really like this foundation. I will definitely rebuy it. CoverGirl Olay. I don't even know if they still sell this exact one, but it's the one that has the swirls. And it's got like a primer in it. So you don't need to use a primer. But I really like this one. And I don't know why I put it on my fingers and not my hand. I always put it on my hand. This is very awkward. Okay. Should be using my mirror. But it's kind of hard to hold now because I put it on my fingers. Not a finger. What's that from? A Christmas Story. I think I've said this before. I'm getting old where you just start repeating yourself, right? And people are like, I've heard this story 5,000 times. Well, I don't remember who I told it to. When I was a kid, at Christmas time, Christmas Day, we would go, see how that, ugh, freaking red. Christmas Day, we would go to my grandmother's, and everybody would come from my grandfather's side, even after he passed. And it was a lot. We were a big French family, and um, cousins upon cousins upon their kids, and I hardly knew these people. I barely ever saw them. I saw them just on Christmas Day. So it was always a weird thing for me because they all knew each other pretty well. Um, but we only saw them that one time a year because it was basically my mom's cousins. My mom and my uncles, their cousins, and yeah. So, and of course they had all these fun stories. There's just a lively group, really lively group. And my mom, my grandfather, when he was alive, and my mom's cousin Marcel, they would tell these stories over every Christmas. It was like the same stories because they were so great and they were just the best storytellers. And it was just the most fun thing for me. I loved it. I would go up there and I would sit in the corner and I would just listen and they would be laughing and, you know, that's some of the best times. And even my cousins that I hardly ever see, but if I do run into them, they'll be like, oh, those were the best days, like they were, it was best moments. When my grandmother passed, some of those cousins sent a Christmas wreath because in homage to like the amazing Christmases they had there. And I thought that was so beautiful because I mean she passed in March. So but I really loved that because, that was her legacy. Family was her legacy, 100%. She was amazing. I mean, she was amazing everywhere she went. She had a legacy in Girl Scouts. She was like a leader, Girl Scout leader for years. And I mean, those kids went to New York. They went to the World's Fair. They went to New York City. They traveled with her. Like, and she was a go-getter, and everyone loved her. Like, at her funeral, there were people who came who were like her Girl Scouts, and yeah. And then at work, she was a go-getter too. She used to work in a factory, and when things weren't fair, like it was like a 90 degrees in there, they wouldn't even give them a fan. She planned a whole walkout and was like, "You're gonna walk out. If you say you're gonna walk out, you're gonna walk out, and we're gonna get some fans in this place." And so she did that a couple times for things, and she was very, very smart. She didn't have an education because she had to quit school to take care of her mom was ill, and back in those days, that's what they did. So, but gosh, if she had been able to go to college, I don't know, she would have taken over the world. She probably would have been president. Yeah, she was amazing. But so she was working in the factory, and um, Aerovox, where they made parts for TVs. And then she would just keep organizing basically these walkouts and things so that they could get better treatment. And finally, there was an opening in payroll, and they knew how smart she was. And they're like, let's get this woman in the office so she can leave us alone down there, like, which didn't really work out that way. She still championed them. But anyway, they put her in payroll, and she was amazing. She could do math in her head, like even at 96, she could. Yeah, so she was amazing at it, and everyone loved her. Her boss was like helpless without her. When she retired, they ended up having her come back at triple the salary because no one could do the job like her. And they're like, please just come back for like 3 months to help us get this all figured out because we don't understand. We don't know. No one can do it like you. And so she's like, she didn't want to, but she's like, all right, I'll go back, but you got to pay me triple. And they're like, okay. And they did it. So yeah, she went back for 3 months and made sure they were all set. But yeah, people really, really, she was a go-getter. And so was my mom. So like, that's a big, that's a high bar. My therapist always says, you're too hard on yourself. And I know I am. but that's why. I'm sorry, my neck is so stiff. Anyway, all right, we're gonna do let's do some contouring. Just a little, just a tiny bit. And let me see, what kind of blush should I use? Oh, let's use the NYX blush, okay? The Sweet Cheeks. So first we're gonna do a little contour though. Just a little. Just around here and here. It's hard to do. The monitor. Okay. And here. I like to do a little under the lid. Supposedly it helps it look a little fuller. I don't know if that really works, but under here. And the cheeks. I'm just going to put a little more for the cheeks because I'm running out of juice here. All right. And I go above the hollow of the cheek because, you know, I'm not 20 anymore. So it lifts the face, supposedly. All right. I'm going to get a blender and start blending it. Should have wore my headband. This is just off the cuff, guys. I was about to do my makeup and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use my new NYX palette. And then I was like, oh, I should just film that. So please don't judge me so harshly. I'm not in my background, my aesthetic Christmas background. I really hate that word, aesthetic. It's like so overused now. And does the word aesthetic make you feel like a failure? Because it does me. Like I feel, can you please? The word aesthetic just makes me feel like a failure. It really does. Because I would love to be one of those aesthetic people where their house is perfect and everything they wear is perfect and everything is perfect. Sure, why not? Who wouldn't want that? But at the cost of driving myself insane trying to be perfect and then missing out on things that I think really matter, like spending time with loved ones and, you know what I mean? Doing things I love. It just isn't worth it to me. But it's still, I look at other people, like this is the problem with social media right now. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of good things about it too. But I worry about the youth because they really want everything to be aesthetic. And that's not life though, right? That's not real life, in my opinion. At least it isn't for me. You know? Houses look lived in. They should. This beige toys for kids? What the heck is that? Come on, that's not even good for their brain development. Anyway, so I'm putting some of the blush on my hand as a palette. And anyway, so that's me. That's my house is lived in and warm and cozy and, you know, sometimes messy and, you know. Oh, this is pretty. I really like this Sweet Cheeks blush. That's really pretty. All right. Win. Next, I'm going to use a little finishing powder. And I really like this one. I don't even know what this is called. I can't remember. Nina Ribaldi or something. I don't know. Reina Rebelde. Sorry, Reina. Reina Rebelde. And this one is called Perla. And finishing powder is so different. I don't know what the chemical makeup is, but I, for a while, just stopped using setting powder because it was just settling into those fine lines and I didn't like it. But then I saw on Glam Girl Gabby where she said use finishing powder is different. And I have to say, she's correct. So I'll do a little under the eyes with finishing powder if it's still a little shiny from the Vaseline. Look at that. Look. What a difference. Then if I use setting powder, it would be like, you know. And then I'm going to use a little all over the face a little bit. Just kind of smooths it, blends it a little bit. Yeah. All right, and you just need a tiny, tiny bit. Now, what now? Oh, lips. The jumbo stick. Let's see. Put a little up here. Ooh. It's kind of hard to blend on the cheek, I'm not gonna lie. See, I just like took off some of my makeup. You really have to rub this in if you're gonna use it as like a highlighter on your cheek, and that kind of like takes off some of the makeup. Not really crazy about it on the cheek. I think it looks cute on the nose. And definitely the eyes. Let's put a little on the eye. Yeah, see, that looks really nice. I like that. I forgot to put some balm on. I'm just using my e.l.f. lip balm. Just to kind of get some moisture in these babies. Usually I do it when I do my moisturizer. I forgot. Okay, lip-wise. Well, we should use one of the lips we got from the calendar. I think this one. I don't know. It's between these two. Kind of going for the darker one, I think. All right, let's do that. I think I'm going to use this lip liner. Stereoscopic. It is from, I don't know what that name is, but this is from Temu. And it came with a whole bunch of lip liners, and they're not bad. So I think this color might work. Okay. And now this is a matte, so I might need a little, let's see. I don't know if this is going to be the color I think it is. Yeah, it's a little pinker than I thought. That's all right, though. Put a little gloss. Let's just let it dry a little bit. Some of the fat oil. Which, you know, I like to put over things sometimes, and it does make the dough foot a little discolored, but that's okay. Yeah. Voila. All set. Anyway, what did you guys think? You know, have any of you thought about buying the calendar? FYI, when I just checked, it was $66 now on Ulta.com. It's on sale, and it won't last much longer for that. So, you know, and I do think it's worth it if you add up all the products, the cost. I do think so. If you know someone who loves lips, lip gloss and stuff, who likes NYX products, it's definitely a win. So, yay! Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did my makeup. I really appreciate you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and like. It really helps my channel. This is our giveaway. This is a Pusheen box. The story of this box is my daughter was a subscriber to it, and one of the items was broken in the box, so we got another one. And so everything is in this box except for the one item that was broken, which was a glass. So she didn't need two of all these things. So I thought, oh, I'll give it away. I'll do a giveaway. So Pusheen, if you don't know who Pusheen is, let me show you what's in the box. Comes with several items, if I can open it. Okay, I'll show you each item. And I think this would be a fantastic gift for a preteen, a teen, even a young adult who happens to like Pusheen, because it's kind of like Hello Kitty in the sense that, you know, there's a lot of young people around with Hello Kitty stuff. Hey, even, I know, hey everybody, Erin, she buys a lot of Hello Kitty stuff, and I appreciate it because I love Hello Kitty myself. So Pusheen is super cute too. This is called a Boba Sheen vinyl figure. So it's just like a little figure, I guess, but it looks like a cup. But it's not a cup. I don't know. I don't really understand this one, but okay. That's that. It's cute. Then there's a little either pencil case or makeup case. A little strawberry. So cute. Oh, here's Pusheen. That's Pusheen right there. And I love this little keychain it comes with. So cute. A little milk. I don't know what the milk reference is. My daughter could tell me. Apparently that's part of the brand. Okay, next we have a pen holder, and it looks like that. Let's see, I'll open the box. Oh, it's super cute, super cute. So that's a little pencil holder, or makeup brush holder even. Then it comes with a size extra small jacket. It's like a denim jacket. It has the little Pusheen here, milk thing on. It's super cute. It's super cute, guys. Next, we have some magnets, little magnet set. We have a little notebook. Cute. Oh, it's pink on one side. Oh, there's two notebooks in here. There's two little notebooks. Cute. And that's it. A little postcard. It shows you everything that's in it. Obviously, the cup is not in it. So, that's the prize. This was worth a pretty penny, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully, I get some entries. I know this is a very niche thing. But again, this would make a really adorable gift for somebody. So, if you want to enter, just put in Pusheen in the comments. Pusheen. And I will do the drawing. Let's see. This will come out probably, what's today? This will probably come out tomorrow, Wednesday. So, we'll say by Sunday midnight, I will do the drawing for it. And I really hope people enter, because I really want to give this to someone who will appreciate it and love it. Hey, if one person enters, you win. I have not had that many entries in any of my giveaways. So, like 15, I think was the most, or maybe, I don't know, 17. I don't know. I will say you do have to live in the continental United States. You do have to be 18 years old. Those are just YouTube rules. And also to send this outside of the country, even to Puerto Rico or Hawaii, unfortunately, would be too expensive for me. Okay, so good luck. Please enter if you're interested. And anyway, I think you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. I know I say that a lot, but it is 100% true. And yeah, we're going into those darker days. I have a harder time at this time of year with depression and anxiety. So I won't get into all that, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys help me out. And this channel does. So thank you. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.